I've recently been thinking about the differences between the way I make my caramels and the way they might be mass produced in a factory. I'm not really sure how they go about it in a factory, but for me, the process begins with the gathering of the tools I need: a pot, a spatula, a thermometer, a brownie pan, a cooling rack, a cutting board, a big ass knife, some wax paper, and a pair of scissors. The next step is to get the ingredients together. Looking on the back of a bag of Kraft traditional caramels, I find the following ingredient list: corn syrup, sugar, skim milk, palm oil, whey from milk, salt, artificial flavor, soy lecithin. So my recipe only shares two ingredients in common, sort of: sugar and milk. And I kind of know what all the other stuff is, except for the soy lecithin. In any case, the ingredients that I use are sugar, milk, cream, simple syrup, butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. Once I've got all the ingredients, I throw everything into a pot except the vanilla and start cooking. For caramels, you cook the candy to what's called the firm ball stage, which is a temperature between 244 and 248 degrees. To prevent the sugars from crystallizing, which will mess up the taste of the caramel, it's crucial that you slowly heat the candy to the proper temperature and that you stir it constantly. Generally, this takes about 45 minutes. So, while I am doing that, let me share with you what I found out when I investigated what soy lecithin actually is. Basically, it's an edible glue made out of soybeans that helps foods that were not meant to stick together bind with one another. This decreases expense in the manufacturing process and helps foods last longer on a shelf. Soy lecithin is a byproduct created when soy oil goes through a degumming process. To extract oil from the beans, they are soaked in hexane to soften them up so they can be ground up and eventually processed. In case you didn't know, hexanes are also significant components of gasoline, shoe and leather glue, industrial cleaning and degreasing materials, and roofing supplies. So, the use of such a scary-sounding chemical led me to wonder what the impact on health and nutrition